Hi friends, I'm Clara. Welcome back to Sweet Vintage Home. As the light begins to change and that first crisp breeze finds its way through the screen door, there's a natural instinct to reach for things that feel substantial, warm, and soft. An old-fashioned detail many of us remember from our grandmother's houses, vintage crochet, is finding a beautiful, useful place in cottage homes again as the leaves start to turn. Some of the most meaningful decorating pieces are the ones that carry the weight of the past. And today, we're looking at how to bring those heirloom textiles out of the cedar chest and into our autumn rooms in a way that feels intentional and deeply personal. Before we begin, I'd love to know, do you have a handmade piece at home, perhaps a blanket or a lace runner passed down to you, that you always bring out once the air gets chilly? When we think of heirloom crochet for fall, the first thing that comes to mind is the classic 1970s style granny square Afghan. These blankets, often found at church bazaars or tucked away in a grandmother's sewing basket, are the ultimate tool for a seasonal transformation. The key to making them feel like autumn today isn't just about the pattern, it's about the earthy weight of the wool and the harvest colors. Instead of draping a large, multicolored blanket over the back of the sofa, which can sometimes feel a bit heavy in a small room, try folding a faded mustard and forest green crochet throw across the lower third of a cream slip-covered love seat. This adds a concentrated block of harvest color right where your feet might rest during a darkening evening. The contrast between the crisp cream fabric and the rich, textured wool creates a collected, not cluttered look that feels like the room was prepared specifically for the arrival of fall. In a small cottage kitchen, space is at a premium, so our fall decor really needs to earn its keep. This is where those smaller handmade treasures really shine. I've always found that using crochet pot holders as wall decor is a lovely, practical way to add fall color without taking up an inch of counter space. Look for those sturdy, double-thick crochet circles in shades of burnt orange, cinnamon, or rust. Instead of hiding them in a drawer, hang 2 or 3 from a honey pine peg rail next to your stove or a wooden pie safe. They look like little works of art, but they're right there when you need to pull a hot dish of baked cinnamon apples out of the oven. Another useful idea is to use an écrou or tea-stained crochet runner on your kitchen table or a sideboard. If you have a collection of yellowware mixing bowls or ironstone pitchers, a handmade runner underneath them prevents scratches on the wood and softens the hardness of the pottery. It makes the display feel intentional and soft, like a Sunday kitchen ready for a family gathering. As we move into the bedroom, our goal shifts toward emotional comfort. We want the room to feel like a sanctuary. If you have a hand-me-down quilt on the bed, you can enhance that layered look by adding a heavyweight crochet bedspread as a secondary layer. I often see these beautiful ivory popcorn stitch bedspreads at estate sales, and they are perfect for this time of year. To make them feel like fall, try layering one over a solid colored duvet in a warm oak or a deep terracotta tone. The solid fabric peeks through the open work of the crochet, highlighting the raised popcorn texture and making the bed look incredibly inviting. For a smaller touch, consider a crochet-covered lampshade on your bedside table. When the lamp is turned on in the evening, the light filters through the yarn, casting a soft, patterned glow across the room. It's a much gentler way to end the day than a harsh, bright bulb, reminding me of the way a grandmother's guest room always felt, thoughtfully arranged and perfectly still. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Is there a favorite heirloom piece you own that only feels right when the autumn light hits it? One mistake many of us make when we love vintage is the clutter trap. Because we cherish these pieces, it's easy to keep adding until the room feels heavy. To keep your cottage feeling fresh and orderly, I recommend choosing one hero piece for each room. In the living room, let it be that heritage blanket. In the kitchen, let it be the window trim or the peg rail textiles. Give your handmade treasures some breathing space by keeping the surrounding surfaces relatively clear. If you're using a highly textured crochet runner, you might only need one simple glass vase with some dried wheat or a single stoneware crock on top. This prevents the museum look and keeps the home feeling useful. Also, keep an eye on the condition of your pieces. We want vintage and loved, not worn and frayed. If a family piece has a small pull or a light stain, take the time to mend it or soak it gently. A well-cared-for textile speaks of a well-cared-for home. It shows that we value the hands that made these items decades ago. Creating a home for autumn doesn't have to mean buying a whole new set of decorations. Often, the things that bring the most beauty are already right there in our cupboards or waiting to be found at a neighborhood sale. One thoughtful, handmade crochet piece can change the entire feeling of a room, adding that layer of history and softness that makes an American cottage feel like home. Thank you so much for spending part of your day with me here at Sweet Vintage Home. If you enjoyed these ideas for a handmade autumn, please do give this video a like and subscribe to join our little community. I'd love to see you in the comments below. Until next time, I'm Clara. Take care, friends.